It's time to be a wizard. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Friday, February 10th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. Starting off with the big release coming out just today, Hogwarts Legacy has been playable in early access for the past 3 days if you pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition. But for the rest of us plebs, we started playing Hogwarts Legacy today. And the game is off to quite a good start. It's currently at an 85 Metacritic, so it's being reviewed pretty well. Um, Lots of the reviewers are saying that the gameplay is fun, but the stories may be a little bit middling. But I think given the opportunity of running around Hogwarts is something that a lot of us who grew up with the Harry Potter series have been very excited for quite some time, and this seems to be delivering on that expectation. The game is also setting some Twitch records. As I was watching Twitch, even on Tuesday or Wednesday, um, it set a Twitch record, the most concurrent viewers of a single player game ever. It was up to 1.5 or 1.3 million viewers. And yeah, that was quite a sight to see. I was one of those viewers as I was hopping around between streams, potentially to get some of the drops that were in some of the streams. But yeah, very much looking forward to playing some more Hogwarts Legacy sometime soon. Moving right along, there was a Nintendo Direct yesterday, 2 days ago, on Wednesday, and there was quite a lot in it. So let's jump right in. It started off pretty strong. I've always been sidelined, intrigued by the Pikmin series, and the next Pikmin game, Pikmin 4, got a pretty lengthy portion of the 45-minute Nintendo Direct. Yeah, like I said, I've always been observing the Pikmin series from the sidelines. I haven't really jumped in and played it, but I do think I would have some fun playing Pikmin 4, which is why I am noting it here. Like I said, I won't be going through all the different games that were at the Nintendo Direct. There was quite a few, and I have the laundry list right there. But I will talk about the ones that I also caught my eye. The next one that caught my eye was Tron Identity. It was a Tron game, which already had me intrigued. I think Tron is one of those underutilized Disney IPs that we all wish we could see more of. And this one seemed like a kind of like character choice driven narrative. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with that game, but more to come soon. I was also excited when I saw the developer Don't Nod and their next game Harmony. Don't Nod, made famous by the Life is Strange series, a series that I know and love and that inspired me to get into streaming. And their next game Harmony, while not in the Life is Strange series, I'm still looking forward to very much. Yeah, I'm really hoping to learn more about what Harmony is all about. Next is Advanced Wars. We've been waiting for this for quite some time. It was indefinitely delayed late last year, and now we finally have a release date for it. Advanced Wars comes on April 21st. So I'm looking forward to playing that. Good reason to dust off my Nintendo Switch. So yeah, definitely enjoyed. That was probably the only Game Boy Advance game I ever played because I didn't own it, and this is the only one I could play with my friends, kind of multiplayer. So yeah, that's my fond memories of the Advanced Wars series. Moving right along, the Metroid Prime Remaster surprise launch during the Nintendo Direct, and everybody was highly anticipating it. I think I saw a 97 Metacritic for it, so I think people are very excited for the Metroid Prime Remaster. Speaking of Game Boy Advanced, Game Boy games and Game Boy Advanced games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online players. And like I said, didn't own a Game Boy Advanced. There's a couple Game Boy games that I might want to go back and play. Some of like Minish Cap, the Zelda game, and a couple others. But I think a lot of people were pretty excited for Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And last, but certainly not least, they showed us a lot more of Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't seen like a full breakdown of it yet, but I assume there's lots of lore and nuggets in the Tears of the Kingdom trailer, and I'm just so excited that it is coming May 12th. So very much looking forward to Tears of the Kingdom. They also announced their collector's edition and everyone else from under the rocks was also announcing some weird additions where you can get Tears of the Kingdom. So definitely looking forward to Tears of the Kingdom. And unfortunately, I didn't get my collector's edition pre-order in, although it was just like a book, and I think it wasn't like a statue or anything like that. So I'm not too worried about missing the collector's edition, but it would have been something I would have liked. Moving right along, speaking of sequels, long-awaited sequels, we got to see a lot more of the Star Wars Jedi Survivor gameplay. 9 minutes of it, brought to you by IGN first. And yeah, it looks like more of the same, and I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. I think it looks very much like more of the same, which is something I wish there was. Jedi Fallen Order was a little on the short side, and so I would have loved to live in that world a little bit more, and I think that's what we're getting in Jedi Survivor. We just got to see the first planet or so, and they brought back battle droids, which for a fan of the prequels, I was very excited for. Yeah, so very much looking forward to slicing up some quippy, some quippy battle droids sometime soon. In April, since it was recently delayed. So, but still looking forward to Jedi Survivor in April. It is finally time to make a love connection in Overwatch. There is a dating sim coming to Overwatch just for Valentine's Day. I think you get to play as, oh god, Mercy or Genji. And then there will be a Hanzo playing Cupid. So all of that sounds really fun, and I think a lot of people have been, at least in the random modes, a lot of people want to make a dating sim in Overwatch. So it'd be pretty interesting to see what the official Blizzard's take on a dating sim for Overwatch looks like. And I just want a Hanzo Cupid skin, so I'll be sure to probably drop way too much money on that. Every year when that big game rolls around, the Super Bowl is this weekend, so looking forward to hanging out with friends with some pigs in a blanket and chips and stuff. But every year, Madden tries to use their game to predict the Super Bowl, and this year they predict that the Eagles will beat the Chiefs. However, looking back on previous trends, they are more often wrong than they are right, and I'm hoping that they're wrong on this one as well, because I want Patrick Mahomes to win. So, and the Eagles fans are sometimes a little bit much. So yeah, hoping that Madden is wrong again this year. Video games are finally getting recognized for all their great soundtracks and all the other stuff that goes into making video games. This year, the Grammys gave a video game gave a Grammy to a video game for its soundtrack, but all of that was overshadowed by someone not being able to simply say Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yes, the presenter somehow screwed that up and said Assassin's Creed Wallachia. And yes, it is everywhere. I will have a link down below so you can check out the original clip. But yeah, while games are getting recognized for what they are good at, I was also surprised that Assassin's Creed was on the list. I'm curious what the cutoffs were, because the soundtrack to Elden Ring or God of War were both freaking awesome last year. So yeah, I'm really curious what the cutoffs are for that kind of stuff. And it was a Assassin's Creed DLC, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But yeah, tell me what you think should have won the Grammy for Best Soundtrack down below. PSVR 2 is just around the corner. I brought it up several times in these news report recaps. And this week we get to see it unboxed, so we'll actually see what comes in the hardware kit, with a special emphasis on not throwing away the box. I assume you'll want to pack it up and put it somewhere when you're not using it, which is the intention behind keeping the box. But my wife hates it when I keep peripheral boxes around, so maybe I'll get thrown out anyway. But yeah, looking forward to picking up PlayStation VR 2 in the coming weeks, and make sure you don't throw away the box. And check out the 9-minute unboxing video down below. This month's Humble Bundle's monthly subscription service gives you access to a handful, maybe a dozen or so games each month. This month has a bunch of really good games that I would highly recommend. Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous, the second Pathfinder game CRPG by Owlcat, the developers of Pathfinder. Kingmaker, and so I picked that up. I bought into it. So definitely looking forward to picking that up. I think that's how I actually got Kingmaker, was picking it up in a humble bundle last time. Also, Fallout 76 was part of the bundle, a game I can highly recommend and that I enjoyed thoroughly. It might be worth picking back up again if you didn't like, if it was too glitchy or buggy at the beginning. Also, Thronebreaker, the Gwent game. I just now remember that I played through about 75% of that game and highly recommend it. It is one of my favorite card battlers out there. It's also, I think it's still available on Game Pass. So you can play it there, which is how I played it. Or now I can play it using the code I got from my Humble Monthly. There was a bunch of other games, probably some worthy of recognition, so let me know if there's any in there that you liked. The Sony video game about driving in the Northwestern Exclusion Zone. We get to see a little bit more gameplay of Pacific Drive. It's the one where you're driving around a station wagon and all sorts of crazy shit is going on. And we get to see a lot more gameplay. So you're kind of going from run to run, trying to salvage more parts to build up the bulkiness of your car, your station wagon. And then you are going to go back out and do more runs. So I am very excited for Pacific Drive. So is Eric. And yeah, looking forward to customizing my wagon and going up to the Pacific Northwest, one of my favorite places I ever lived. So looking forward to driving around post-apocalyptic Seattle or pre-apocalyptic Seattle. I don't know how you quite describe that, but looking forward to that. We've gotten a line in the sand drawn by BioShock creator Ken Levine, who says that his next game will come out before March of 2025. So that's quite a ways out, and that's not very specific. Remember that Judas was shown off at, oh God, was it? I think it was at the Game Awards. I think we saw his next game, Judas, which looked very much like multiversal BioShock, which, given the progression of the BioShock story, you can kind of get behind. And that's why I'm pretty excited for it. So looking forward to playing Judas sometime in the next 24 months. Hopefully. Last but not least, with the success of The Last of Us TV show on HBO, caught wind of an article that kind of listed out a bunch of really good game adaptations. They included Plague Tale and a couple others. They're already, out there in the ether is already a Fallout and BioShock video game adaptations. I don't know if both of them were by Amazon or where the BioShock IP landed, but I'm very much looking forward to a potential next Warcraft movie, which I'm pretty sure won't happen. But the more interesting story of Warcraft would be to tell Arthas's storyline, the plot of Warcraft 3. So I think that would make for a very good adaptation. But that's kind of my list. What do you think would make a really good video game adaptation? Feel free to leave a comment down below and check out the article. That's it for this week. If you feel I forgot anything, feel free to leave a comment down below or hit me up on my Discord or on social media and all that jazz. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, please follow, like, and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch so you can see more great content like this. I'll have links down below in the description. Thanks again. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend. And I hope you have a super day. Bye.